Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today we're talking about two big superstars in the game of Major League Baseball and if they will be traded by the time the 2020 season starts. And those two big guys are Francisco Lindor and Mookie Betts. Both have been around in the league for a couple of years. They're Major League vets and they're so good at their position and they have very good bats as well. They have a lot of worth for their respective teams right now, the Indians and the Red Sox. But could either of these guys be on the move and could they be traded by the time next year comes around? That's what we're going to talk about today. I hope you guys are ready for this video. If you do, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with Francisco Lindor. He is one of the best shortstops in the game at the moment. He's definitely up there with Carlos Correa and a couple other guys around the league, but there have been rumors saying that he might get traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers. I believe this dates back to like right before the World Series started this season. But yeah, if it's not necessarily Los Angeles, I do definitely see him on the move. He has a good contract. He's in control until the end of the 2024 season. So there's a couple more years before he becomes a free agent. So whoever picks him up, if he does get traded from the Indian system or else, will have a great shortstop for the next couple of years. He could be the focus and the center of a rebuild potentially if it's a younger team, or he could just be another stud that gets added on to another contender or to a very good squad already. I definitely see this move happening. I think he has a lot of worth for the Cleveland Indians. He is the best shortstop in the game, or one of them. He's got a huge bat, a great glove. He's witnessed, and he showed off both of those attributes throughout his many years in the league so far. Okay, the team will have a lot of control over him, like I just mentioned, and the Indians were very close to the postseason this year. They were just, I think, a couple of games off, and if they do trade Francisco Lindor, they could get some key pieces back that will propel them to a better, more foreseeable postseason push for the 2020 season, and that's, you know, at the end of the day, you want to go to the World Series, you want to win it all. So I think that's the Indians' focus right now. If they trade Lindor, they have a good shot at being able to do that. So the Tribe can definitely get a lot back from Mr. Smile. I mean, this guy is crazy good. In 2019, he had 598 at-bats, in which he hit 284 with 32 home runs, 74 RBIs, 22 stolen bases, and an 844 OPS. So he really distributes and shows off his power and his speed. 32 home runs, 22 stolen bases. He's an overall player. He's a round player, which is great. 74 RBIs. It's not near 100 like some of the big names in baseball at the moment, but you don't really need at least 100 for him, especially if you're a good team already. If you are working on a rebuild, hey, it's whatever you can get, you're going to want to add to the squad. Like if you're a Chicago White Sox team or Toronto Blue Jays, I don't think anyone's going to trade for him if they're a lower team like that. I could be wrong, though. But yeah, he's got great power, great speed. He can really show off his range in the infield on the left side of the diamond, and that is huge. I think he will have a lot of potential, and he'll be really big for whatever team he goes to, as long as, he is healthy, and that's really the key thing right there. In his career, Lindor has 2,904 at-bats with a 288 average, 130 home runs, 384 RBIs, 93 stolen bases, and an 840 OPS. So this is very good. His 2019 is kind of bouncing off and reflecting his career stats. 130 home runs. He had a decent number this year. 93 total stolen bases, putting together 22 out of the 93 this season. So he's really good. He's young still. He's only going to be 31 years old when his contract expires in 2024. So he's in his prime, and a good team right now could pick him up and really, really benefit from this new shortstop. So it is a matter of if Lindor will get traded. I definitely think he could be at any given moment on the market, and he could be shopped by the Tribe. I think they will get a lot back for him. There's a big use right there and a big guy at the plate and at shortstop. I mean, shortstop's a very, very good position. Like talent-wise in Major League Baseball, there's a lot of great guys out there that play short. But at the same time, you're getting one of the best in the game if you do trade for Francisco Lindor. So now we're going to go ahead and move over to the Boston Red Sox and talk about Mookie Betts, the second and final guy we're going to be talking about in this video for guys who are at risk of being traded. Now, the Red Sox are above the luxury tax by a big margin this year, and they would be third-time violators in the past 3 seasons if they go ahead and go over that spending amount this offseason. So what's a good way to dump some money, dump a contract? Move Mookie Betts. He's getting a lot of money. I believe it's like $30 million for this upcoming year. So if you can get rid of him in a trade, he's definitely going to bring back some good pieces and some young guys, or maybe some veterans as well, but they won't cost a lot of money, and that is huge for the Boston Red Sox because they don't want to be paying back and being in debt, I guess you could say, almost, this year. Mookie Betts is a great guy, and his contract does expire after the 2020 season. So very soon, he's in control for this final year, this next year, and if he's on the move, I think it'll be a short-term guy and a short-term team that will go ahead and pick him up. Such like the Yankees, maybe. I don't think the Yankees are going to trade for him. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to trade with their rivals. At least I don't think. But as an example here, the Yankees, if they were to trade for Mookie Betts, they'd have him for 2020. They'd have a great outfield and a great squad. They can maybe make it to the World Series and win it. And then Mookie Betts will become a free agent afterwards. He'll be able to pick where he goes. He'll get a lot of money. And there's that. Betts has been known to say he wants to test the free agent market. So once this next year is over, I don't think Mookie Betts will sign back with the Red Sox anyway, which is huge. Why keep a guy on your team if he's not going to re-sign with you and if he's going to just kind of cost you a lot? Yes, he will produce at a high level, but if you're paying him $30 million and you're at the risk of going over the luxury tax, you might as well try to dump him and move him somewhere. And again, much like the shortstop we just talked about, Mookie Betts would get a lot back for you, and that is huge. The Red Sox had a disappointing season in 2019. They had a huge 2018 World Series championship. They were expected to come back and do some great things. They placed third in the AL East division. They lost to Tampa Bay Rays, who made the wild card, and the Yankees, who had the division title. And of course, the Yankees are the Red Sox rivals. So, the Red Sox are definitely trying to get back in this next season. And if they shop Betts, they can get some good guys back. Maybe a first baseman, some starting pitching, or something that will help improve the team drastically. Now, he is one of the best outfielders in the game, so again, he will have a lot of return for the Red Sox. And they kept JD Martinez over Mookie Betts. That was big. JD Martinez had the opportunity to opt in or out of his contract. He decided to stay with the Red Sox this season. So if you're going to keep Martinez, you kind of have to move Mookie Betts because those are two huge contracts. In 2019, Mookie had 597 total at-bats, hitting over 290 with 29 home runs, 80 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, and a 915 OPS. He's another round player with good power, good speed. He can bring in some runs, and again, he's going to cover a lot of ground out there in the outfield. He's a career .301 hitter in 3,203 at-bats. He has 139 total home runs with 470 RBIs, 126 stolen bases, and an 893 OPS. So in my personal opinion, I believe this trade will probably happen. Between what team, I don't know, but I do think the Red Sox will shop Mookie. I think it's kind of like the most important thing to do here because honestly, if you could just revamp and rebuild a little bit where you need to and get rid of Mookie Betts, you do have some great other outfielders. Xander Bogaerts did very good this year at shortstop, production-wise, offensively. So did Rafael Devers. He broke out in his sophomore year as a Major League Baseball professional player. So you have those guys that can kind of help carry the squad offensively and at the plate. Will you really miss Mookie Betts' bat? Yes, but you will be able to make up for it in different positions, especially with big guys you can get in return for Mookie. This is big. I think it will happen. Who will he go to? I don't know. I believe it will be a contending team, though, or a team that was kind of close this year and just missed, like the Indians, like the Mets, somewhere around there. Will he go to a smaller team? I don't think so. I mean, his contract doesn't really differ either way because he's getting paid from the Red Sox. And with the trade now, he's going to help get rid of that luxury tax for Boston. But, I don't see the White Sox getting him for 1 year. I keep bringing them up just because they're a young team looking to rebuild. I don't see them trading for him and losing some of their guys and having him for 1 year, and then he's going to go ahead, be a free agent, and sign elsewhere, So that's kind of where my head's at. I do think this trade will happen. And Mookie Betts, do we see him in his last game as a Red Sox? I think that answer is probably yes. So guys, that's going to end this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.